Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5.
A death investigation is underway at a popular nature park in Richland. What we have discovered.
Plus,
at the Hanford site, it is a number of contractors that we've contracted the work to, and at this point, they have not been impacted.
Senator Murray holding another press conference today about federal layoffs, what she says about Hanford workers.
Also, dangerous driving conditions in parts of Yakima and Kittitas counties today, including this near miss on the interstate.
And let's go to a live picture in Yakima right now. Can't see much because there's a lot of snow out there. Josh is in for Stacy with how our weather will impact drivers tonight. Your news at 5 begins now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us as we are at the middle of the week now. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman. It is February 19th.
Many parts of Yakima County started the day off like this. You're looking at a shot from our Toppenish Skycam from late this morning. Due to snow and freezing roadways, Heritage University in Toppenish was on a 2-hour delay. Natchez Valley, Sela, Union Gap, West Valley, and Yakima Nation school districts were also on a 2-hour delay today.
Well, take a look here. Apple Valley News Now viewer Carlos Barajas sent us this dash cam video of the conditions out on Interstate 82 in Yakima County. He captured a near wreck this morning. You see that? Whoa. Yep, you can see a driver just losing control a little bit due to the slushy conditions out there. Luckily, they did manage to recover. Barajas tells us he is a semi-truck driver. He says from Yakima to Kittitas County, conditions were not great.
Drivers in the city of Yakima dealt with this because of multiple spinouts and vehicles in the ditch. Yakima PD said this morning, due to the dangerous conditions, they started warning drivers to avoid the area of 40th Avenue from Inglewood to Riverwood Road. Around 7 a.m., they were even forced to close the area. By around 8:15, the roadway was treated and it opened back up.
Now, with nightfall coming and temperatures dropping, we want to go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. He's in for Stacy tonight and has a first look at our forecast. Josh?
Well, our first alert weather day continues tonight for the Blue Mountains up until 4 in the morning on Thursday, specifically for Oregon 204. Could pick up another 6 inches of snow there, so we'll continue to see dangerous travel for Tollgate and for Spout Springs. And we still have winter weather advisories that are posted for the eastern slopes of the Cascades and for the Blues. You can read more about these by downloading the First Alert Weather app for free on the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, for tonight, snow still likely for the mountains. It's going to be a lot drier for lower elevations. Some of those breezes starting to spill down to lower elevations as well. Overnight lows down into the 20s and 30s. And then for tomorrow, you can see more sunshine on the map. It is going to be warmer. We'll be up around 50 degrees come time for the peak of daytime heating. So a nice change of pace, a seasonal day. And those breezes will continue to be up in the mountains. Looks like they should be calmer for lower elevations. And then we're tracking warmer weather into the weekend. That's the good news. But the bad news, I guess, for outdoor plans would be there is a ton of rain on the way, especially for the mountains. So I'll tell you about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Okay, Josh, we're going to head to Oregon. The Deschutes County Sheriff's Office have identified the Bend couple who were killed in an avalanche.
Officials say a 57-year-old man and a 57-year-old woman were found dead on Monday. The couple was reported overdue that evening, prompting friends to begin a search. Shortly before midnight, the friends discovered the skiers buried under the avalanche. Authorities suspect the avalanche happened several hours before the victims were found.
Now, the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team dispatched 2 members to the scene overnight. They were joined by additional members and a deputy the following morning to conduct the investigation and recovery. It is unknown what triggered the avalanche. New tonight, a house up in flames in Yakima County. The West Valley Fire and Rescue Department was able to quickly knock down this one. They say it was in the attic. Since they were able to get it under control so fast, there was only minimal damage. Right now, they believe it may have started from a faulty light. No reports of anyone hurt. Developing tonight, the Richland Police Department investigating a death after a body was found in a portable toilet. According to Benton County Coroner Bill Leach, a male body was found in that toilet at Chamna Natural Reserve Park. Coroner Leach says the body appeared to have been set on fire. An autopsy is scheduled for Friday to determine if foul play was involved. The Richland Police Department responded to the scene at around 10:30 this morning and taped off the portable toilet with caution tape. At this time, RPD is investigating this case as a death investigation. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it has wrapped up its investigation into a former fire chief.
34-year-old Kevin Whitaker is accused of stealing more than $30,000 from Grant County Fire District 4. The Sheriff's Office says the district's Board of Commissioners found discrepancies in the petty cash and credit card accounts. After an audit, investigators said that between October of 2022 and November of 2024, 102 checks from the petty cash account were written to Whitaker. They say those checks required 2 signatures from members of the district's board and secretary, but investigators believe those signatures were forged.
Whitaker was hired as chief in 2022 and placed on administrative leave last November. He has since left the fire district. A phone call to Whitaker has not yet been returned. Stay with us for updates.
In Prosser now, a high-speed chase ended with the driver crashing into a metal gate. This started very early this morning in the 100 block of Merlot Drive. An officer says they tried to pull over a man for speeding, but he just sped off. It ended when the vehicle crashed into the metal gate of the Yellow Rose Nursery. Officials say the driver still tried to drive away but was actually stuck. More officers arrived and they took him into custody. The 59-year-old Wapato man was booked into the Benton County Jail for DUI and eluding, among other things.
New tonight, Richland residents are voicing their concerns about a social media post by Mayor Teresa Richardson. However, the issues we are looking into involve the city's code of conduct for public officials and possible violation of First Amendment rights. The Supreme Court ruled last year that public officials who post about work-related topics on personal pages can be in violation of the First Amendment if they block critics, but only under specific circumstances. Also, the city's own code of conduct for council members says they have to make it clear that opinions stated are their own and not the council's. Mayor Richardson's Facebook page identifies her as the mayor and has no such disclaimer. Coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, find out how Mayor Richardson replied to our looking into this story and what she has to say for people who follow her social media.
Senator Patty Murray spoke with workers affected by the recent federal layoffs in a virtual press conference today. Senator Murray was joined by 3 former federal employees who shared their stories and answered questions about what happened to them. 2 of those workers say they were fired over email, while 1 voluntarily resigned. Senator Murray also addressed the recent firings of workers at the Hanford site, noting that contracted workers are not affected. She stated that due to a lack of information, she does not know how many have been let go.
I wish we could have the numbers and people would be honest with us from the agency, but they are not giving us clear numbers. What I do know is that the workforce on site is extremely reluctant to talk, and I don't blame them for fear of retribution or being the next person in line to be laid off.
Senator Murray says some workers who want to remain anonymous have expressed concerns about the safety of the site. She emphasized she will continue to hold virtual press conferences to ensure these types of stories are told. The Kennewick Irrigation District says its water reservoirs are at record lows. That could result in drought conditions for KID customers. KID gets its water from the Yakima Basin, which has 5 reservoirs. The largest is the Cle Elum Reservoir. It's only 13% full, leaving a big deficit. The last drought in the area happened in 2015, and before that in 2005. Jason McShane, the assistant district manager for the Kennewick Irrigation District, says this is the lowest reservoir storage KID has seen since the 1970s.
Preparations for drought conditions for the Kennewick Irrigation District began decades ago. As the district started to receive drought concerns, we've been doing physical infrastructure improvement projects, building reservoirs, lining canals, piping projects that have improved the efficiency and the conservation work throughout the district.
KID has built reservoirs, lined canals, and completed piping projects. Efforts, Mashane says, improve efficiency and conservation throughout the district. The district says once the watering season begins, it will provide weekly updates about drought conditions.
Tonight, the city of Sunnyside is starting the conversation on trying to help their four-legged friends stay off the streets. After hearing from the community and noticing for himself, the city manager, Mike Gonzalez, says he's decided to host a public meeting. Currently, the City of Sunnyside Police Department does capture dangerous dogs, but the city's code enforcement serves as the city's animal control officer and consists of just 2 staff members. The problem that the city faces is finding a place for the dogs to stay.
We're working with the Humane Society out of Yakima, and they will only take 4 dogs a month. And the caveat there is it's 4 violent dogs a month. So the problem is the stray dogs that are friendly, that are running around, we have nowhere to house them. We have limited staff to pick them up, and there's nowhere to take them.
The open forum for discussion on animal control and exploring ideas for housing stray animals in Sunnyside is happening tonight at 6 p.m. and 50 minutes from now at the police department in Sunnyside. The city does plan to have another meeting like this one, but as of right now, there is no set date. Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, is just getting started. Coming up, it's a celebration for Sunnyside High School wrestling.
Yes, it is. We'll have that story and this.
I'm ABC's Perry Russum in Washington. ABC News has learned the federal government is looking to rehire some employees who were fired by accident. That story coming up.
Plus, Josh will have your latest forecast. Take a look at your screen. Very low visibility out in some parts of our area, including here in Yakima. A quick reminder for you as well, download our brand new Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. Scan the QR code to download it right to your phone today. Stay with us.
Tough loss, Coach. Any words?
They just played a much better game.
Did you say munch?
Sounds like someone's craving my new crispy boneless wings.
Jack, what do you think of today's loss?
Embarrassing. Try my new crispy boneless wings and so much more.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
Madam President, the sale at Denver Mattress, it's been extended. Walk with me. We need to get the word out. Reports are still showing the more you buy, the more you save. In English, that's $100 off every 1,000 you spend. And Doctor's Choice, save up to $300. Or get a Colorado twin made in the USA for only $149.99. I still need more.
Financing, we've got 60 months no interest and free shipping.
Now we're talking. This is an all hands on deck scenario, people. But hurry, the extended President's Day super sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride the clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, and even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus on us and stay a step ahead with Galaxy AI.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers?
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on us. US Cellular, built for us.
President's Day. No lights or carols, no fireworks, boat races or barbecues. Not very exciting. Until now, because this President's Day is your chance to drive home in the Mazda you've been waiting for. So stop by McCurley Mazda in the Pasco Autoplex and make it more than just another Monday. Get a vehicle you'll love at the McCurley Mazda President's Day sales event.
No what I'm doing tonight? I'm pouring chocolate all over my new banana French toast sticks. Crispy, fluffy, and just $2.99. What'd you think I was gonna say? Get so much more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Welcome back to the news at 5. Continuing coverage now. The Pentagon is preparing for cuts to its workforce as the Trump administration looks to slash government spending. Sources tell ABC News that the Pentagon submitted a list of newly hired employees, as well as requests to keep specific offices and workers from being cut.
Yeah, so this comes as ABC News is learning mistakes are being made in the government's mass firings. ABC's Perry Russum is in our nation's capital with the latest.
Sources tell ABC News at the Pentagon the process of identifying who should be fired is currently underway. It's still not clear when those cuts could happen. As the Trump administration quickly works through federal agencies cutting the government workforce, ABC News has learned mistakes are being made. At the Department of Agriculture, food safety and inspection officers working on the nation's response to the bird flu are being rehired after being fired over the weekend. And hundreds of workers fired from the National Nuclear Security Administration are also being rehired. Sources say officials were unaware the agency is responsible for managing the nation's nuclear stockpile.
Every dollar cut isn't just a shrink in the budget. It takes something from every single one of us.
Today, a protest outside the Department of Health and Human Services over cuts to the National Institutes of Health.
There's no sugarcoating this. These cuts will kill more Americans.
Critics say the Trump administration's cuts are also putting 9/11 first responders at risk after 16 newly hired staff members at the World Trade Center Health Program were fired.
What critics say is this 20% reduction means delays in getting people perhaps the care that they need, and delays in trying to figure out what illnesses that people are still coming up with as a result of their exposure to the toxic dust of 9/11.
Trump yesterday defending the widespread firings of government employees.
In some cases, they'll fire people and then they'll put some people back, not all of them, because a lot of people were let go. Don't forget, I got elected on the basis of making our government stronger and smaller.
Today, Democrats are slamming cuts to the federal workforce. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer claims federal agencies are being cut to help pay for tax cuts for the wealthy. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
In more local news tonight, the Yakima School District partnered with Second Harvest for the first time to help provide meals to families in need. More than 20 volunteers, including YSD staff, students, and community members, helped to distribute 250 food boxes. The event at Davis High School saw cars lined up around the block, families receiving fresh and canned goods, including apples, potatoes, corn, oranges, ground beef, and cheese.
It is absolutely needed. I think our community, as you can see, the demand is very high, and we understand that, and that is the reason for this collaboration.
Officials say the plan to partner with Second Harvest again to hold at least 2 more food distribution events will happen later this year.
At Sunnyside High School, people passing by may have noticed lots of law enforcement. The reason? To help celebrate and escort the boys and girls wrestling team off to state. Apple Valley News Now spoke with one of the 18 girls headed to the Tacoma Dome. She says this is her second year in a row getting to hit the mats for the state competition, but hopes this year's outcome is different from last year's.
To place at state, hopefully place at state, at least top 8. That's my dream, is to just be on the podium, and in our wrestling room we have plaques, and I want my name on that plaque just to leave a mark as a Sunnyside wrestler to place at state.
How about that? Well, good luck to them. State matches at the Tacoma Dome start Thursday and will go through Friday.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Well, our active weather is going to continue for tonight, but mainly up in the mountains. So let's go ahead and step through it. As snow will stay likely throughout the night in the Cascades and Blues, the Blue Foothills will also hold on to a decent chance of cold rain showers, but the Kittitas Valley, Yakima Valley, and Lower Columbia Basin will be much drier. And then for Thursday, small snow chances will linger through much of the day for the Cascades and Blues, but lower elevation should be mostly dry. We can't rule out a few showers before 10 a.m. in the Blue Foothills, but that's a low-end chance. And then Thursday night's going to end up being a pretty dry one. Okay, so here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from this evening through the wee hours of the morning for Friday. Not that much snow for much of the region. Could have maybe another couple of inches for a Cascade Passes, probably less than an inch in the Kittitas Valley. Not much doing in the Yakima Valley. This is going to be the bullseye right here. Oregon 204 at Tollgate and Spout Springs. That's why we're still going with the first alert weather day through 4 in the morning on Thursday. Okay, but overall for Thursday and Friday should be much drier. Then we're tracking a couple different storm systems for this weekend and into the beginning of next week. One for Saturday and Sunday, one for Monday and Tuesday. So let's take these one at a time. Starting off with the Saturday and Sunday storm system. Snow is not going to be the big impact from this system. It's actually going to be rainfall, and a lot of it too, especially up in the Cascades. We could get 3 inches of rain for Saturday and Sunday, and it's mainly just going to be rain, as snow levels are going to be between 3,500 to 6,500 feet for the Cascades, between 4,500 to 7,500 feet for the Blues. So we could have a lot of rain falling on top of existing snowpack, and that could lead to some localized flooding, especially in and around some of those smaller streams in the Cascades, especially for the Natchez River at Cliffdale. Then into Monday and Tuesday, to add insult to injury, more rain, maybe another inch up in the Cascades, another ½ an inch for some of the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. So again, we'll track that flooding potential very closely. But like I said, snow level is going to be so high because high temperatures are going to be raising up. We'll have another below average day for Friday, but mostly seasonal Thursday through Saturday, and then up around 60 degrees in the Tri-Cities for Sunday and Monday. That'll feel quite nice, as will be about 5 to 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. On to the 7-day forecast now. Here's your 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry for Thursday and Friday, then wetter and much warmer by this weekend. In Yakima, finally drying out tomorrow. A small shower chance on Friday. Then the action ramps up again by Saturday. In Ellensburg, a break on Thursday. Mostly dry on Friday as well, then milder and wetter this weekend. For Hermiston, drier and warmer to end the work week, then wetter and even warmer by Saturday through Tuesday. And then for Walla Walla, maybe a leftover shower Thursday morning, then back into the swing of things by this weekend.
All right, Josh, what do you think about that?
I'm still wearing my winter boots here in Tri-Cities. Just from all the slush. Yeah, I haven't put them away yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, the spotlight is up next.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See deal for details.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I going to get to work? How am I going to continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
I just turned 37 and I found a lump. By the time that I had it checked out and was able to get in and see a doctor and all that, I was at stage 3. Part of the reason I think that I didn't go get it checked out right away is that I was really scared. When I got the call, it was gone. It was such a huge relief. Even if you don't feel that it's in you, that you have a lump or you have a reason to get checked, you are a woman, get checked.
Got a birthday coming up? Celebrating a big win? Or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Drs. Kopstein and King for a free live webinar February 27th and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Time for the spotlight. Nancy Aldrich, an Apple Valley News Now viewer, has nominated Stan and his wife Connie, who have managed the Riverview Community Services food pantry in Pasco. Nancy says Stan will be retiring at the end of February with a luncheon planned for next Wednesday to celebrate his service. In 2002, Stan took over managing the food bank. She says he and Connie both have spent hundreds of hours writing grants and doing so much more. That food bank averages handing out over 1,000 boxes every Wednesday from 7 a.m. to noon. Have an idea for the spotlight? Send me an email. We'll be right back.
This newscast is sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, March 20th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Jax, what are you thinking? Grandpa told me to mark down the prices. Hartley, what are you doing? Grandpa told me to test out the beds.
My brother and sister are crazy, but so is my grandpa. I love coming to our family furniture store, Meredith Furniture, because I get to take naps on all of the Beauty Rest beds. But the main reason most of you guys come into Meredith Furniture is for all the great prices on Beauty Rest mattresses. Meredith Furniture on South First and Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby.
They say when you know, you know. That perfect match, the one that feels just right, the one that fits your style, your touch, your soul. At Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, we believe in love at first note. Whether it's the warmth of an acoustic or the versatility of a digital, the right piano is waiting for you. Play it, feel it, fall for it. Because when the right one comes along, you'll know. Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Life's more fun when you know how to play.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
We're here with what's new this morning.
And what's next for you? Because we're on all morning long.
Put some good in your morning with the #1 most watched morning TV station in town.
Good morning, America.
And Good Morning Northwest.
Somewhere beyond the sea, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing.
Again, it is a first alert weather day through 4 in the morning on Thursday, specifically for the Blue Mountains at Tollgate, Oregon 204. could pick up another 6 inches of snow, so it's going to continue to be pretty tough travel up that way. But in the Cascades, not as much snow for lower elevations either, so we're sort of on the tail end of the snow of everything. But then we're tracking more storm systems as we head into this weekend. One for Saturday and Sunday, then one for the beginning of next week into Monday and Tuesday. So first, this Saturday and Sunday storm system could get 3 inches of rain. Not 3 inches of snow, 3 inches of rain up in the Cascades because snow level is going to be so high, between 3,500 to 7,500 feet, mostly above pass level. So that could lead to some localized flooding, specifically in the Cascades in and around some of those smaller streams, smaller and fuller streams. Then into Monday and Tuesday, to add insult to injury, another inch of rain possible up in the Cascades. So we'll continue to watch that threat for localized flooding, especially for the Natchez River at Cliffdale.
All right, Josh, thank you. And thank you for joining us.